Turns out that the federal government engages in quite a bit of waste, and that certainly happened during the coronavirus pandemic when federal agencies spent a whopping $3.3 billion on office furniture. Now keep in mind, this is during a time when everyone's working remotely, so I don't really understand the need to spend all this money on fancy office furniture. And by the way, like, you go into public schools, right? You go to any other government building that serves the public, and it's a mess. But then when it comes to like these government agencies, like, do you really need to spend $11,000 on an Ethan Allen leather couch or recliner? Anyway, let me give you the details. Let's break it down. So multiple departments spent millions of dollars on furniture, I should say billions total, 3.3 billion. Watchdog OpenTheBook.com revealed the massive find. So let's take a look at this chart because it'll give you an idea of which federal agencies we're talking about. This is between 2020 and 2022. Of course, the Department of Defense is at the very, very top of that list. They spent over $1.23 billion. Guys,
I'm saying they're just stealing from us. It's just robbery. So really, there was $1.2 billion worth of couches you guys bought. My ass, I bet you every couch they bought cost like a $2.5 million because they're just taking it and giving the defense contracts. They put it in the goddamn pocket and then they dole it out to the generals once they retire and make them contributors and board members and de facto lobbyists. No, it's highway robbery. Show me the goddamn furniture. Show me the furniture.
Well,
$1.2 billion worth of furniture.
I'm going to. And as someone who really enjoys interior design, not a fan, not a fan. You're spending too much money on ugly, gaudy furniture. What are you guys doing? Anyway, but we all know how the allocation for the Defense Department works. Not all of it goes to defense contractors. Some portion of it goes to the Department of Defense for other reasons, right? Including, I guess, furnishing their offices, but really to the tune of $1.23 billion over 2 years, that's insane. But let me give you more. So there's the Department of Veterans Affairs, over nearly $428 million on furniture during the coronavirus pandemic. Department of Justice, $408 million. General Services Administration, $307 million. The list goes on and on. It all adds up to 3.3 billion, okay? And that's just for furniture. Now, let's talk about what kind of furniture was purchased because there are some pretty egregious examples that make me want to pull my hair out because quite honestly, some of these examples are more expensive than like buying a condo, townhouse, in like a big city. So for instance, $237,960 on solar powered picnic tables for the CDC. So can someone please explain to me why a picnic table needs to be powered in any way? I've come across a picnic table or two in my day, right? They're not powered by anything.
Look, I'm all for solar power, but once you put
come on, guys.
Once you put like the tablecloth,
come on,
doesn't that cover the solar panel?
Come on, guys.
And are we eating on top of the solar panel, or is the solar panel at the bottom of the picnic table, which doesn't make much sense?
Are we riding the picnic table? Is it going to take us somewhere?
Are we living inside the picnic table? Because that's a lot of money for a picnic table.
Get a load of this. $120,000 for luxurious Ethan Allen leather recliners for the US Embassy in Islamabad.
Okay, look, I'll tell you what that is. That's max $2,000 for recliners in Islamabad and $118,000 in someone's pocket.
100%.
Guaranteed.
Yes, they're inflating the
In Islamabad, you spent $120,000. How many recliners did you buy in Islamabad? Keep it real. You'd have to buy like 1 million recliners to get to $120,000 in the middle of Pakistan. It said, this is just spitting in our face.
There's just, look, I'm not Vivek Ramaswamy, okay? I don't want to do away with 75% of government workers in the federal government. I think that's ridiculous. I believe that a lot of these federal agencies need to exist. I also agree that there's a little too much bureaucracy and too many positions that don't really need to be positions in the federal government, okay? I do think there's a lot of waste. I do think that we pay for a lot of salaries we don't need to be paying for. I do think that we're just allocating way too much money for nonsense like fancy furniture for federal agencies that, clearly it doesn't cost that much money and someone's padding their pockets. I'll give you another example, $250,000 for high-end, I don't even know what this is, Herman Miller furniture for the Defense Advanced Research Agency.
Why do you need brand name furniture? I've never heard of Herman Miller. I've never sat on him. I don't need to sit on him for $250,000. I can buy a house for $200,000. I can buy a really nice house in a lot of parts of this country for $250,000 instead of a Herman Miller couch, whatever that is. Guys, look, I don't know if the Islamabad thing is a slush fund. Almost certainly, like maybe the CIA is using it. I don't know, but these numbers are ridiculous. And so if you're right now you're confused. You're like, wait, you guys are libs. I thought you guys wanted to just tax and spend, and you just wanted to spend all the money that we got from taxes. No, brothers and sisters, we want to spend the money if it's going to help your kids to go to college, so they got a shot to have the same opportunity that rich kids have. We want to spend the money so you have health care, so you don't die in the streets.
Yes.
We don't want to spend it on recliners in Islamabad, okay? And we don't want to waste the defense, like $400 million every year that the defense budget wastes, and we all know it. We all know they're robbing us blind.
By the way, this really helps to explain why the Pentagon has failed every single consecutive audit that they've faced in recent years.
Of course.
They've never passed a single audit.
That place should be renamed like the Department of Thievery, like, because all they do is steal from the American people. If you enjoyed this video, that's because of our members. They make us independent, they make us strong, and they make us honest. Become a member today by hitting the join button below.